Hello, people. Okay, we're doing Ixalan. What I can't pronounce it. Quick draft here. All right. The dual land is whatever. Reprinted so many times it's not worth a ton. Quickly, I think the Imperial Aerosaur is the pick. It's very good. It's also a dinosaur. That Pious Interdiction is probably the second best card in the pack, which is a little bit awkward, but Legion's Judgment also quite good, but I'm definitely going to take this Imperial Aerosaur. I'll need another Imperial Aerosaur. Probably the pick. It's like a 4-mana 3/3 flyer is quite good, and the ability is really good. It comes into playability, does a lot of work. Another Legion's Judgment. Ranging Raptors is also pretty strong, but I don't think there's any reason to go away from our white picks. So it does look like it might be, we're passing some decent white cards, so pack 2 might get a little bit cut for white, but this is not really a limited card. I mean, whatever, it's a body, but that's about it. It's whatever. Let's see if I can. These cards may be a little bit more legible for you. Oops, that's interesting. Something like that. Thereabouts. I can also full size here. Thrash of Raptors pretty decent. Or mono 4 drops. There are. I guess this. Sorry, I was gonna say there are no white cards in the deck, and I'm holding the white card, hovering over the white card. There's some pretty decent green cards here. Probably take one of the green cards. Probably the Explorer be my. So what I'm leaning to. I haven't. This is only draft number 2 for me, but these are other reasonably fine green 2 drops. But I think the 2/1 Explorer is pretty solid. Works better with our Imperial Aerosaurs. Fire Cannon. What do you have to do to untap it? You have to discard a card and get some shocks. I don't know that that's any good. Probably slow. So we definitely have some. Yeah, white's getting cut on us a little bit at least. I think I'm going to take another Explorer. We might have to go away from our double Aerosaurs, which would be sad, but I feel okay about going into green. Especially, it looks like maybe we could switch into blue-green and merfolk it up. But for right now, this is a fine card, and we'll see where we go. Though this is Ashes. Players can't. This is not a limited card. Sunrise Seeker, Ravenous Dagger Trough. Probably the Legion's Judgment is what we can do. It's probably the best card here. Yeah. Let's see. This probably is the best card here. Although 4 or greater is relatively restrictive. It usually gets the thing that's going to kill you, the big dinosaur, but it should be pointed out, like, it is a sorcery, and like our deck right now is 4 creatures that can't be targeted by it. But I'm pretty happy to have at least one of these. Alright. I don't know about this one. I think 7 mana is a lot in this format. It's probably a little bit quicker than most formats. Not super quick, but that's the thing. So we can take the yeah, I'm pretty sure we take one of the white cards here. Probably the 2/2 lifelink goes well with the white Aerosaurs. But we'll see. This set is interesting. It's definitely got some tribal themes. Some of the payoffs are pretty good. Some of them are pretty. I think in general, you still mostly just want to have a good, like, you definitely notice the tribal synergies, but for the most part, you just want to have a good curve of reasonable creatures, and if you happen to pick up some good tribal payoffs, that's fine. In white in particular, there's there's the 4-mana 3/3 that has flying if you control a dinosaur. I've been pretty happy with that guy in the one draft I did have, but we already have like strictly better on mini counts guy. I'm going to take the 2-drop over the 6-drop. Just what I do. Cobbled Wings I don't think is what we want to do. I don't know. This is all pretty bad cards, like Rummaging Goblins probably. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just go ahead and cut white. This is playable. It's not great. It's playable. Jungle Delver is also playable, but I don't think you want to do that. It's just 4 mana is so much, and looks like we're probably not going to be blue-green Merfolk, as I take another Merfolk, but mostly I'm just taking another 2-drop. So, looks like we are green-white aggro. Do not hate that. Pretty solid start so far. Do want to start picking up some removal spells would be ideal. At least get some combat tricks. Don't know if this qualifies as a combat trick really, but it is white. It's on color. This is not good. Maybe we want this. It might be a reasonable sideboard card against removal heavy decks. I think we'd take another 2-drop. I think the Deeproot Warrior is probably that's pretty hard to block. Yeah. This is also fine. The Explorer's pretty good. We want to be, with the way our deck's setting up, we definitely want to be more aggressive than that. And we can run this. Oh yes we can. We've already got 4 Merfolk. So this definitely counts. Whatever. I don't think whoever we're passing to this round, we're passing to this round. Just give them a name. Eagle 238. I don't think they're going to listen to us, but we do want to tell them to stay out of white. This is the guy I was talking about before. It's a perfectly fine card. So we have 7 mana Mega Beatdown. We also have 3. A quick price check. I don't think that's super worth anything. It's really like half a ticket now. Deathforge Scavengers, a ticket. I don't know. I might just want that just because it's more aggressive. So you play this and can exile So what's it do? It helps you gain a little bit of life. There's not really a lot of graveyard synergies, but whatever. And then it attacks as a 4/3 if there are non-creature cards in a graveyard. That's pretty good. Other dinosaurs contribute +1/+1, which is like not a lot of our deck. We're more Merfolk. I guess we're taking that. This is a great card, but we are not actually blue-green. Shining Aerosaur is fine. I might just take this Vampire Seal. This is the best card in the pack. Unfriendly Fire is the second best card. And meanwhile, this is modern playable. Don't think we're really set up to splash. I think I'm just going to take the combat trick. I think that's just what we're set up for. And we do have a vampire. Could potentially, probably will end up with like another vampire or two. But whatever. Definitely want to be aggressive. And on that note, we have another 2-drop. These guys are just tough to block. The Deeproot Warrior. Jade Guardian wouldn't be bad either, but I'm going to just keep taking as many 2-drops as I can. Sunpetal Grove might actually... Yeah, that's probably the pick. I don't think this is... I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is just, like, bad, but, like, a 3-mana 2/2 that draws you a card can't be that... And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. The vampires do have kind of a go wide thing, so if you have like 5, you play one of these and it draws you 3 more, that's pretty decent, I guess. Whatever. We're not doing that. We're just going to take this dual land. Pretty happy about that. Alright. We have another 2-drop or 5-drop. Also have a 1-drop as an option, or this equipment, which was completely green-white, is the one color pair that has 0 pirates in it. And I don't know. This isn't the. If this was more reasonably costed, if it's like 2 to cast, 2 to equip, for maybe a thing, but I just would take another 2/2. All them bears. Them bears, them bears, them bears. Not super wild. This could easily end up in the sideboard. Would not hate that being in the sideboard. Alright. So we got a Daggertooth. Man. Let's just say red is kind of open, but these cards are not really that great anyway. Which is a fair number of them. I don't think this card is good at all. I think we're reaching kind of... We already have 7 bears cast on 2, and we already are already halfway through the draft. So maybe I just take 3-drop, or like it would probably be this would be on the sideboard. All right, I guess this one on the sideboard. Brontodon? And I don't think so. This is a reasonable sideboard card. Jade Guardian. That might be it. I kind of like the Blossoming Dryad, but we are definitely, I mean, our curve ends at 4, so we don't need that effect really. We have 4, 5 Morpho. I'm gonna take this from the sideboard. That could be wrong, but I feel like our draft's going. Maybe I'm rating this too high. It's very possible. I think it's still fine. We're probably gonna, yeah, we're not taking Gilded Sentinel, whatever. So like, sure, we can run a Jade Guardian. That's fine. Sometimes we want to block, and if we want to block, we this guy does block. River Sneak. I wonder if I was supposed to be taking some blue cards along the way. We could be like a really good Merfolk deck. I don't know. These two Imperial Aerosaurs are pretty nice. This is the sideboard. So we've got 2 combat tricks, 1 removal spell, and 12 creatures. I don't know. Whatever. Probably never ever putting that in our deck. Or putting this in our deck. But Petal Grove is quite good. I mean, just as a dual land, for limited considerations, if you're a 2-color deck, like this is just like a pure dual land. This is just Savannah. Because you can't really keep 1 land hands, and if you have any other land, it's just pure Savannah. So, there's, well, sure, Sunrise Seeker can get in. It's a 5-drop. You might want a 5-drop. Ideally, at this point, I'd like to get our curve to stop at 4 and have just lots of cheap creatures and pump spells and combat tricks, removal spells. That's what I'd like to do. It's not always what you get to do. I do like the basic lands in this set. Yeah, there's a... I don't know. It feels kind of old school for some reason to me. Alright, well, Territorial Hammerskull is the nuts. It's not the best card in this pack, but it's the best card for us by a good bit. Walk the Plank, probably the best card in here. I'd be pretty happy if we could wield this Crash the Ramparts. But Hammerskull's excellent. And this Archer's not bad. Queen's Commission, Wayfinder. Asheville Raptor Companion's not bad either. Also, the Paladin the Bloodstained is pretty nice as well, but we're want to be a little bit lower curve. I think we take the Wayfinder. This is great for triggering Enrage. It also has just some abilities to pick off flyers, obviously, or just low toughness creatures. 1 toughness creatures. Probably the Archer. It's the only, other than these 2 Aerosaurs, we don't have any way to block flyers. Yeah, I'll take this. Urgent Growth is whatever. Alright, just take the Pacifism variant. Yeah. We're not really a dinosaur deck. I thought we might be after our first 2 picks for dinosaurs, but we're just not. We're closer to a Merfolk deck. Oh, actually, do I take the Emissary Sunrise? I think I probably need the Pacifism more. It's just yeah. It's we have plenty of creatures. We need more removal spells. Ooh, Savage Stomp. This pack is got lots of tasty things for us. I would not hate taking a grazing whiptail. I mean, like, any of these creatures are fine. Like I said, this is what we need. We don't have a ton of dinosaurs, but just as a 3-mana hunt the week, it's already quite good. And when we do, if we can occasionally, use it to double spell with a territorial hammersmith or something, that's just muy bueno. And another pacifism. Ooh, maybe the hammer skull. Probably the hammer skull. Hammer skull's so good. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to take the hammer skull. This card is great. Would not be sad with Pious Interdiction, but the hammer skull is very good. Especially we do have the Savage Stomp. So if we can like go, like play a 2-drop into a hammer skull, and then the next turn Savage Stomp plus play another 2-drop or something, that's going to win a lot of games. All right. And so I think we're going to take one of these 4-drops. We're not really a vampire deck. This pretty much needs a vampire to be really worth it. Or we could take, I don't know if we want the 3/3 sometimes flyer. What's our dinosaur count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a good chance whatever we take here doesn't make the cut. I think we're going to take the Paladin here. Alright, one more 2-drop for the deck. Sure. I'd like to get another Deep-Root Warrior just to make sure our River Herald's boon is really on. But what does this do? You gain life and that's it. Okay. We're not running the Caller. There's some world where the Delver gets in. I don't think it's going to happen. Crash the Ramparts. Quite happy this wield. This deck ended up pretty good. Another Crash the Ramparts, but I think I just want one more 2-drop. Maybe not. Crash the Ramparts is quite good. And it's 3 mana. We've already got... Nah, we don't need a 4th combat trick. 3 is probably about right. Emergent Growth. We might be this... does not gain trample. Okay, so it's either that or take Demystify for the sideboard. I'm going to try this out. At least in the sideboard. Diviner, sure. Oh, could definitely have been more folk. We're not going to run 2 of those. Whatever. Demolish is like you always take it for your sideboard, and then you just never ever actually sideboard it in because it's whatever. It's pretty decent art though. I like it. Although I'm not. I don't know. I wonder if the dinosaur is just like accidentally just like walking through and like, oh shit, my tail! Fuck! Or if the dinosaur is actually like, no, I need to destroy this, whatever, quasi Latin American thingy, but whatever. Alright, so I think we can get away with 16 lands. So I go here, and this goes there. Okay. Group creatures separately, 9 2-drops, it's probably one too many. So for 8 mana, We can run a combat trick. It sacrifices it. Doesn't seem very good to me. Do like the archer. So what's our Morpho count at? Did not end up with as many Morpho as I thought, but if we run 6, that's probably enough for the River Herald's boon to really be turned on. I think we just cut one of these with the branch walker, the keeper. We got that. Yeah, seems fine to me. I'm usually loath to run the 16 lands, but the Sun Petal Grove actually does a good bit of work here, helping to balance our mana. So we're right. Not that we have actually good. We don't have any double white or double green spells, so as long as we can draw one of each, that's fine. But this allows us to run. I guess we're a little bit more green than white, right? Sort by color. Actually, we're even, completely even. But we have more, or 2-drops are mostly in green. More green 2-drops. We don't have anything that pulls us into another color. Yeah, like most of our whites are white. Our early game is green and our late game is more white, so definitely easy to add. Nope, Moto, you got it wrong. 50 DKP minus for Moto. But, alright, this is the deck. Yeah, pretty happy to run this deck. I think the draft went well, and we'll see how it plays out in games.